Eli, yes.
Josh, did you know?
Eli, I don't know. What do you want to tell me?
We get all of our content, all of it, ever, for 2 years or whatever.
Yeah?
From ducks, apparently, allegedly.
Ooh. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, she's in the chat. She made that statement. I was like, wow.
I see what you're doing here, and you're giving away our formula of how we
giving up our source,
get
man.
the show together.
Yeah, damn. No shots fired.
Are you a little upset at Ducks?
Like,
Can we do a little hey, hello first before we, we gotta do the intro. We gotta say, hey, what's up? Stuck in the middle.
Stop doing that. Stop telling people you do things for us, please.
Let me see your hand. No.
Some of your conversations are wild. But anyway, how you doing, everybody?
Yes.
Welcome to another installment of Stuck in the a.k.a. Stuck in the Middle, or is it the other way around? I don't know. I have anesthesia in my gums.
Anastasia, and you have a little less of a gum line now. We are live on YouTube for those of you who are listening to us on the audio version of this. Always recommended to come and youtube.com recommended to come come to youtube.com/stuckinthemiddle. You can watch the live show there. For whatever reason, I guess we're not live on Mommy Mike Radio anymore. I'm not sure what's going on with there, but couldn't connect. Don't know why. Maybe we'll figure that out in the future. But until that time, welcome to the show. I'd love to say we have a great show planned for you today, but we tried to plan it, just kind of.
I got here an hour early just to reach the conclusion that we're just very confused on what to lead with and what to end with. But I'm just like, fuck it, we're doing it live.
Well, you know what they say, that if you fail to plan, you plan to
fail?
Was that it? Is that how it goes? I had no idea. I would say something like procrastinate, or I don't know.
No, don't go philosophizer.
It's good to see you, Eli. It's good to see you, Cranston. I feel indifferent about seeing myself. I wish I could see all you lovely people out there, so sound off in the chat. Welcome to another exciting week of Stuck at Night.
Feel free to send nudes, ladies.
Yeah, you and the nudes, man. Jesus.
It's just a thing. It's a thing.
There's like a weird news article that we may or may not get to tonight, but it involves sexual positive parenting, and some parent had their daughter stumble upon their dildo, and the parent was like, you know what? That's yours now, player. And like they sat there and they talked shop about how the dildo was shaped, and I'm wondering if you had more sex positive parents, you wouldn't be so oppressive to women.
Oh
yes.
My advocacy of how how much I like visual stimulation is somehow a part of the patriarchy. I don't know.
Did you see the one I posted in Voice about the dude with his like $30,000 stash getting destroyed or whatever?
I did. Oh, that we have like
matter of fact.
Listen, we have like a weird news thing planned, Cranston, and almost it's like 3 articles, but these 3 articles is a little fucking stupid behind the velvet rope shit, behind the red wall. What is it called?
Velvet
behind
rope.
the
You had it right the first time.
Behind Eli's
behind the yellow
fake facade tooth and mine.
Hey,
that's Chomper.
It's a beautiful permanent tooth I have on now.
Chomper. He can open beers with it now.
But they are all very close. So once we get to that, we'll get to all 3 of them. Yeah, power through. I know there's some people out there that really don't like the show that want to give us a firm talking to. And you know what? I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about the show. Okay, well,
about the show?
I don't think some people will like that. Yeah, this is what I heard from the pipeline. Like, just as the fan left you that message that we just shared this week.
My favorite video ever.
Yeah, there's some other feedback that I heard recently that were like, I want to give you my honest thoughts on the show. And then they stopped because they're like, you can't take it.
Is this alluding to something that was discussed earlier, or is it another one?
Nothing whatsoever.
Holy shit.
What you were talking about.
Wow,
right?
So we got 2 of those.
So many people hate it.
We've got all kinds of stands, man.
We're doing something right. That's what that tells me.
But it's Monday. I haven't seen you crazy fucks
since
since Wednesday. Yeah. What have you? What's new? Oh, we did not come Thursday. Because I went to Joe Rogan. You came here Thursday?
Oh, no, I came Thursday, for sure.
That'd be awesome if Eli showed up and he was just like kind of in the studio waiting, like it was all dark in here. He's just wondering where everybody was.
Just fapping
like, guys,
on air.
where are you at?
Yeah.
Right?
Fapping mercilessly.
Yes. So yeah,
Joe Rogan. You went to Joe Rogan.
You were on the Joe Rogan show.
No. I went to see my buddy Joe Rogan. I hung out with Joe Rogan.
You hung out with Joe Rogan. This is a big deal.
I hung out with Joe Rogan from section 111, seat 14.
Oh, that's specific.
Mm-hmm. I was there hanging out with him. We had banter back and forth. Him and I.
You spoke to the Joe.
Yeah, I was like, "You're funny." And then he went on with his bit, but there was this thing there that we did that we had in the moment in time, and it was like,
so chemistry. You did not yell, "You're funny" to Joe Rogan.
This moment where you guys
isn't that what you do to comedians? Don't you let comedians know how funny they are?
Laughter, you just like, you're a funny guy.
No, I don't laugh. I just let them know like that was funny.
Yep, that's like me sometimes. Okay,
the moment where you locked eyes and you're like, Joe, 90% of our show is ripped off from you.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Opie and Anthony, whatever. Whatever other talk show that came before us.
We're shills of Opie and Anthony, and we are just, products of Duck's
So I go to the Joe Rogan. I go to the Joe
Rogan, were you? Yes.
I get there.
Pray go on.
We're walking up to the BB&T, the big, beautiful...
Tits
Center. Yeah. There you go. Good, you saved me, because I was going somewhere dark.
Big booty thoughts.
Even
THOT.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Word for a lot.
Walking up there. Luckily, there are good people. There are good Samaritans in the world, because we're walking up there, and we could have made it all the way to the front gate, only for us to be told, by the way, the women's purses can only be 4 by 6. And most women, they don't abide by those silly fucking rules, dude. They carry millions of things inside their purse. They have to shake it up to find. Hang on, let me look for.
Where do they keep their?
And they deep. No, hang on, that's right. And they shake. They keep shaking it like it's a fucking Rubik's cube until they finally get the. The magic 8-ball.
Okay, yeah.
And they get the answer they're looking for. But luckily, some good Samaritan said, "Hey, you can't take that bag's too big." So because it was my girlfriend, I took her bag. I had to run it back to the car. Then I had to run back. They had already made it to the front door by then. So we get to the front door, and she was like, I'm taking my vape. I'm sneaking my vape in.
Uh-oh.
And she gets to the front door, and how do I put this nicely? The slow down in music, the slow down in tempo in music, this slow down in tempo. For whatever reason, took her vape out right before she went through the
fuck?
You know how you go in the fucking metal detector and they're like, "Hey, empty your pockets, put it in here." She emptied her pockets and put the vape in the cart thing.
No.
And we're inside the big beautiful tit center.
Why?
So they're like, "Ma'am, you can't take that in." And like I'm just like running back.
She dry snitched herself.
What's wrong? What's going on here? Like I just got back. And they're like, "Oh, that can't come in now." And I'm like,
you gotta go huff it back to the fuck.
And I had to huff it back twice, even further back to the car to drop the stupid vape off. That I looked her in the eye and I said, "Don't you take this thing in." And you know what I mean? Because like I'm taking the purse back. She takes just a few things out of her purse that she needs, vape being one of them. In that moment, we locked eyes, and she saw in my eyes. I said, "Don't take that vape," and she said, "I need."
Oh, come on, man.
So I let her have it.
Wow.
But then Karma let me have it and I had to run all the way back to the car. I deposited the vape in the car. Okay. I withdrew the keys from the car and I ran all the way back to the big, beautiful tit center where I finally got inside and we sat down and, I finally got inside after one stupid line, and then right when you get in through the first set of glass doors, there's another line where they're crowding people in, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, people, it looks like people are just sitting there not moving, and you're like, go, let's go around. And finally some guy like looked back, he said, "They're taking the phones, man, calm down." I'm like, oh. Shit, my bad. So what they were doing...
confiscating all the phones so there's no fucking
thought
bootlegs.
That, but no, they were taking your phone and putting it in a pouch and giving you the pouch back. And it was like this, those things they use, they put on clothes at department stores and they have to run it through that little machine to take the pin out. It was almost like that. Like once they closed it, you couldn't open it so nobody could have their phone.
Okay.
But I had the stupid Note Ultra. The guy couldn't get it in. We looked at each other. We locked eyes.
Get it in.
We both locked eyes again.
Oh.
I couldn't get it in. We both locked eyes again, and I said, "It's
they
not
locked
gonna
eyes
fit."
when he couldn't get it in.
Yeah, and that's when I looked at him and I said, my eye said,
It's
"It's
not.
not gonna fit," and he said,
What?
So I took the pouch and I walked away, and I had an open phone, the whole Joe Rogan. I could have.
You got the copy here of the special?
I'm not going to show it to you. Of course, I recorded. What do you think I am, stupid?
Oh, bro, come on, we could sell that.
Dude,
for
I was standing up with my phone like this, like, "Yo, Joe Rogan, I got a phone."
Hell, the fuck yeah.
Yeah, he was cool with
They
it.
gave everybody a jab with the shot, the vaccine, before going in. Since they're mandating, like, taking your fucking phone, like this goddamn tyrannical government with these mandates.
That was a look. Can I ask? I'm going to tell you something.
They gave you the vaccine?
I went in there and
Hold
I
on,
asked.
Beavis.
I asked 2 people who worked there. I said, "Where can I get a mask from?" I swear to God, I asked that. I asked that twice, just because I'm inside a place, right? You know, around a bunch of people, sitting. Of course, I sit next to the guy
6 feet apart.
who's like, you should have bought 2 seats, mister. This is not cool.
Don't you fat shame
So like,
people
I
here.
didn't get to have any elbow room. I'm sitting like this the whole time, and it was fucking uncomfortable. But
Wait, that's how
nobody-
packed y'all were?
yeah, nobody.
About how many people were at the fucking show?
I mean, how big's the BB&T Center?
Like 40,000?
Maybe like 30, 25,000 people,
No
20,000. It was packed,
So,
yeah.
and there's no social distancing,
And-
structure,
And
masking.
then all the weirdos didn't have their phones. So they're all like,
Oh my God.
fucking weird,
that-
man. Like everyone's trying to like, "Oh, I can't. Where's the phone?" You know,
I
everyone's
wonder-
making the weird.
I wonder how many shadow phoners were there like, I can't stare
So
down
many.
at the screen. I have
So
to do
many.
eye contact. I don't know where to put my eyes. Oh my God.
People
Wow.
lost the art of conversation.
Oh,
so
very
like,
much so. Yes.
very awkward. Like,
That sounds like the show right there.
that's funny. You know, like that's what people would do. Like someone would be talking and they'd interrupt like that, like very loud. Like, dude, you don't talk to people much, do you?
Yeah,
It's like
nah.
I'm just on my phone all the
no,
time.
just, this is usually my lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's when you have to like say things out loud. You have to walk up and go, Cranston likes this.
Wait, what?
That's what's up.
wait, no, I don't. What? Oh,
If I would have seen somebody do that,
Okay.
or like walk up and go and walk away,
Don't do that again.
or like walk up and go
Cranston says,
Heart react.
wow.
heart react.
Cranston says, haha.
Cranston cares.
Cranston says, wow.
He's mimicking what he would do in real
Oh, no,
life as social media.
I get it.
Oh, you look perplexed.
Maybe a little bit.
Like, you
Eli, we're making jokes.
You go buy your food,
Oh,
and they're
that's
like,
the intent.
go buy your beer
Intense,
and your
yes.
food, and they're like $27, and you're like, Cranston likes this. Like,
Eli laugh reacted. No, that was an LOL. Eli laugh reacted and commented LOL.
No. I was having a fucking stroke.
Oh, you sound fun.
So, Joe Rogan did well, huh? He was on the stage and everything. You talked to him.
Yeah.
And said you're funny.
Like honestly, I left early.
Oh wow, that's a fantastic
Yeah,
show.
like
you got
no,
blocked.
I was laughing.
You got blocked. You got blocked.
I was laughing. The first comedian was
Cock blocked.
fantastic. Tony Hinchcliffe was fantastic. Rogan was great, but like
Name dropper.
just, I mean,
I don't
what
know
do
who
you
these
mean?
people
Name
are.
dropper? No, I just those are people on the bill.
You're dropping names.
Nobody calls you a name dropper
There's
when you
a
go
name
to.
on the floor.
Nobody calls you a name dropper when you go to a concert. Like I saw Metallica. Oh yeah, name dropper. Like no, that's not how it worked. I paid.
I don't know anybody that's not Joe Rogan.
I'm just saying that's not how the name drop thing works. Just go back and
Oh, you don't
research it.
What did you, anti-constitutionalist?
Anti-constitutionalist dropper.
That didn't quite.
I know it's sometimes they don't.
So,
it's actually the cocktail
What was I saying? Bring me back, bring me back.
constitutionalist.
no,
bring me back,
don't,
bring me
don't you
back.
don't you Biden boy on me right now.
Bring
We
me
were
back.
talking Rogan, all these names, random names, and then Joe.
Oh yeah,
Rogan.
I left early. No, it's
Yeah, fantastic.
simply to beat the traffic, not because I was displeased, but I also had. At one point, Rogan is talking about being higher than Giraffe's pussy, and I'm sitting next to my girlfriend the whole night, who I had already ran fucking 13 miles for. You never do anything nice for me. What the fuck you just say, bitch? You understand what I just did there? What do you mean? So
You beat her mercilessly after this.
you can you practice that word a few times. We'll get there.
Mercilessly, motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That was on point.
She was passing out next to me.
Oh.
No, like I'm like, no, she's fucking passing out. A day later, I find out, like, while Rogan is talking about being higher than Giraffe's pussy, come to find out my girlfriend was higher than Giraffe's pussy, and she was closing her eyes because she was doing that thing where like, I am not gonna freak out. I am not gonna freak out. And I'm like, fucking, what are you doing passing out, idiot?
You were not being very emotionally supportive.
I was over it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I was over it.
You should have just kind of smashed her window through her window
How
through
was
the
your
head.
week, though? Good?
I had a friend that did a rap concert up in Pompano one time, and
you have
I brought this girl. Yeah, and there's this girl that I know. I took to the show with me, and she like, without my knowledge, she popped like 25 fucking somas or something, which is
Oh
like
my
a
God.
muscle relaxer.
Yes.
I had no fucking
Did she
idea.
die?
No, but like when we got there, eventually started like doing like what you're describing, like being like passed the fuck out and all this. And like one point she like went into the bathroom, and I can't go in the ladies' room, and I heard people going, there's some girl like passed out on the floor and shit.
Isn't that the worst? You got to play babysitter now?
Yeah, and it was like I couldn't like leave her alone because like some guy could just like pick her up and like walk off with her and like throw her in the trunk of a car. So it's like ruined like my whole fucking night, like because
That was my
shit.
plan if you had just fucking let her alone.
You could have had her, man. I would have fucking.
At
you'd be
some
like,
point,
You're not some guy.
you.
You're not some random. To me, so.
Well, I would have been
just,
at that
I would have
show.
just like gave you $5 and said, "Here, take her."
And
get
you'd
her out
pay
of my-
me
yeah,
to do
I
this?
would've been-
Fucking in.
oh, so you were going to rape his girlfriend?
Oh,
She
you say
wasn't
it in
my
a very
girlfriend,
negative
that's
way.
the
I was
thing.
gonna, I was gonna
She
force,
Sexually
She
coerce
wasn't
her?
my girlfriend. She wanted to be my girl. She wasn't my girl.
but she was too high to commit. And
I didn't want her. But
I OD'd on Soma once, and I threw up a bunch of Oreos.
I wish
Next
you
story.
fucking finished the OD.
Oh, well, I mean, I did twice.
No, like completed it. Like you weren't here anymore.
Oh, I mean, I blacked out for 2 weeks.
I'm saying I wish you're dead.
Oh, damn, that's a little strong. No, okay. So, all right, cool story, bros. Oh, my weekend, it was great. Thanks for asking, everybody. I did things and stuff. I got paid. I had surgery on my fucking mouth, lasers and blades. They shaved my. Did you know you could shave your gums? I didn't, but the man with the scalpel fucking did. And oh my, I'm in so much pain. All the anesthesia is gone.
I feel your pain.
All
I
I've
do.
got is ibuprofen. I called out of work tomorrow. I'm paranoid about.
But now
ducks.
you're complete though, right? Like now it's permanent, right?
Yeah, this
it's on
this one's
next
permanent. I got a necrotic one that needs extraction and some overlays, and then I'll be right as
But the
rain.
main issue, the main one you were
yeah,
that
yeah,
one, like
all good.
that's what I was dealing with too.
Uh-huh.
And like they have to file down each tooth surrounding it. They boop, they put that little sucker in there.
Yep.
Congratulations, welcome.
A true mission complete.
Welcome, sir.
Unlike the whole fucking debacle around the goddamn world right now. And yeah, there's just been a lot to kind of take in. I don't know how I feel right now as a countryman of.
This is how I feel.
Do not come.
You feel
Do not
like
come.
You feel like you're Kamala Harris telling people not to come.
Not to come.
Not to come from Afghanistan?
No, just not to come from the overjoy you have of your government doing a job well done.
Well, what really did it for me today, and I don't know if we're going to play the video immediately, but there is a viral video. It is literally fucking exploding all over the internet, and I'm proud of this Marine because he literally, a very high-ranking Marine official, I don't want to...
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yes, so he essentially just states, I am putting my entire career and livelihood on the line to simply say, I want to hold my higher-ups accountable. I'd like somebody to just be accountable. And the result of this video was him exactly as he predicted, being fired, removed.
And it's funny with the guy because we're going to watch the video. We're going to pull the video up. But
As long as it's funny.
already, as he's asking for accountability, you have outlets coming out and saying, well, I mean, Biden deserves credit, not blame for Afghanistan.
That's
It could be both. Like, why can't it be both? Like, right?
Because right now what they're trying to do is they're trying to conflate two things. They're trying to conflate the idea that people are sitting here and they're saying people are complaining about one thing and they're pretending as if people are complaining. Nobody is saying we should have or we shouldn't have left. Like nobody is arguing.
Right.
Most people are upset as to how we left. The idea that we closed was Bagram.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big place.
It was like a little town.
Yeah.
We had airfields there. We had a prisoner camp there.
It had,
and
like,
we
those
closed that down
automated
in the.
guns, you know, that like if something was shooting at it, it would just automated just blow it the fuck
We
hell
left
up.
in the dead of night that airbase, and we chose to use some fucking ass airport in Kabul, where we're literally asking the Taliban to be our security.
Yeah, come take over for us. The $300 billion worth of attack gear, equipment, Black Hawks, drones, and the dossiers that show any Afghani that was supporting American troops or even applied to and didn't get it, it's all there. And so, you know, just like, and now the Taliban is literally running the fucking country. So that's why we have the questions that, like, our God-blessed Marine, I don't believe in God, just saying that, is saying, where's the accountability from my higher-ups?
That's my fucking issue with the whole thing is like originally it was like the reason we were in there was so it wouldn't become a terrorist breeding ground, and it sure looks like that's exactly what the fuck it's going to turn
we just
back
beefed
into.
them up by like fucking times 20,000. Don't ask me for numbers. I don't do
Well,
that.
just to add on to what you guys are saying, and we're getting ahead of it, but there is some things going on that you wonder, like, you all motherfuckers want the people upset to give you the green light to go back in. It almost seems as if that, like, why would you botch so much stuff? Why would you fuck so much stuff up and then have to send back in people
That's an interesting
and
thought.
watch Americans? Hey, listen, this is not necessarily the only person with that thought out there. A lot of people have that thought. A lot of people have spoken on that thought.
How do you fund an unpopular war? Fucking FUBAR the extraction and then re-entry.
and watch some Americans, let some American casualties happen, and be like, "Oh, look at ISIS-K is back."
Refuel the hatred because it was dying down.
Yeah,
a
why the
bit.
fuck are you giving the Taliban? You're like,
Should I be putting my tinfoil hat on?
let's watch this video first, because why are you giving the Taliban names of Americans and Afghanistan allies?
I'd like you to give
that you want to extract, but you're giving them their names in like, hey, let these people pass. Here are their names.
Yeah, see,
It's like saying,
And they're like, yes, my friend. Okay, no problem, Biden. Let's go fuck these people up before they even get to the border, huh?
right.
it's like saying, I hope nothing bad happens to my baby mama who lives at 3344 East
Right.
Clifton Avenue, Los Angeles, California.
That is perfect. Yeah. Listen, I would never want anything bad to happen to my child's mother. She is a saint. But if something did happen at the address of 962 Lockhart Street, because in fact she is a lying, conniving whore, people would be upset. But I myself do not and will not stand for someone going to 962 Lockhart Street and murdering her.
Or finding the key that is hidden in the plant out front.
Yeah, I'm never going to tell anybody that she keeps the backdoor key underneath the brick outside. Why would I do that? It's the second brick from the left. Why would I tell them where the key is?
Just for anybody that doesn't know, the context of this whole bit here is that Biden literally handed over a fucking list to the Taliban,
Right.
right? And
Of United States and Afghanistan allies' names.
yeah,
That's
and,
what-
and to let them through. Why would we ever expect the Taliban, a terrorist organization that we just spent 20 some odd years fighting, to do anything, any favors, any good? But I don't understand. So I think this frustration right here, it's palatable. It's everywhere.
You sent me this video. You sent us this video, and I didn't get too far into it, so I'm interested to really understand what he says. I couldn't really pay my full attention to it before.
He has a second video now after this where he's not in uniform.
Oh, where he's after he got kicked
Hang on.
off.
Oh, yeah.
One at a time.
I was gonna let the M. Night Shyamalan twist play out in real time, but
okay.
you fucking mementoed us, bro. We're starting from fucking reverse. We know he already got kicked out. Let's start from here now. Boom. Oh, god damn it.
Oh,
You know,
it's
would never be a stuck in the middle episode if I didn't have the volume up.
That's okay.
I just need, you know what? One of these days when we get a little better, I'm gonna have an external device where I can control all that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But we're not there yet.
Or just a little midget to run around like an Oompa Loompa or something.
I would love that.
Hit buttons.
And I believe they prefer the term short fuck.
So he's like a lieutenant colonel or something.
Yeah, he's a
is
big
what that
deal.
looks like.
I want to say this very strongly.
Who's zooming
I have
in?
been fighting for 17 years.
Just a little edit.
I am willing to throw it all away to say to my senior leaders,
You're gonna hear that again.
I demand accountability.
All right, so here's the Daily Wire doing its thing.
Excuse me. So let's say on August 26th, the day that 13 U.S. service members were killed in an attack on the Kabul airport, an active duty U.S. Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel called out military leadership for the botched Afghanistan evacuation. In this viral video, Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller explains he's willing to risk his rank in order to speak out.
You get a gold star for reading today.
I guess I gotta let that play while I read it out, huh?
Let's go. This is gold. Like his rage.
Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller,
Vindicated.
United States Marine Corps. I'm the current battalion commander for Advanced Infantry Training Battalion. I've been in the Marine Infantry for 17 years. Started my tour with Victor 18. It's the current unit that's doing perimeter security, dealing with the mess that's going on there. You can see open source reporting that there was an explosion and some people were killed. I know through my inside channels that one of those people that were killed was someone that I have a personal relationship with. Won't go into more details because the families are still being notified. Not making this video because it's potentially an emotional time. Making it because I have a growing discontent and contempt for my perceived ineptitude at the foreign policy level, and I want to specifically ask some questions to some of my senior leaders. And I'll say, as a person that's not at 20 years, I feel like I have a lot to lose. If you play chess, you can only see 2 to 3 moves out because there's too many variables. I thought through if I post this video, what might happen to me, especially if the video picks up traction,
And
if I have
it
the courage to post it. But I think what you believe in can only be defined by what you're willing to risk. So if I'm willing to risk my current battalion commander seat, my retirement, my family's stability to say some of the things that I want to say, I think it gives me some moral high ground to demand the same honesty, integrity, accountability from my senior leaders.
You had 3 tours, brother. Absolutely.
So what he's saying is, can you kind of give us a little, because it does go on for another 3.5 minutes, almost 4 minutes. So right now he's kind of prefacing that I know what I'm about to say or my grievances I have or go against the status quo, so to speak, but I wouldn't feel right if I didn't speak out and
That he believes
give my
in.
professional opinion on this.
Like I gotta say, like being that I'm military, and like it's really important in the military for high ranking people like that to speak out. Like I remember one time when I
But
was
look at the president's set. He did, and now he's fired.
when I was, well, that's another issue. But when I was I remember when we were going to go to Afghanistan, our unit, and our colonel apparently didn't like where they were sending us or something. He didn't think it was like secure. He thought our unit was going to get fucked up there. So what he did was he took like a group of people and went there before we were supposed to go there, and like secured some fucking area or did some shit to make it like safer for my unit, and he got fucking fired.
Yep.
But our unit was fucking safe when they went out there. I give the guy a lot of fucking credit for what he did, it's the same kind of shit. He questioned his higher ups, and he went and did what was right. So I mean, I give the guy a lot of credit.
It's kind of funny when we don't allow the people question things, and when we certain instances we do allow people to question something, and certain instances we're like, wait, why are you questioning this? And I do think anytime it warrants someone being allowed to question the validity of something.
It's different in the military because in the military we're taught like to follow orders without question.
Of course.
It's like it's part of the job.
This is why
but
I think
you
it's
do
all the more
question
powerful.
it.
But you look at some of the
But-
police officers who enforce unconstitutional laws.
That's the thing.
It's really up to
That's
them.
where you question it.
Right, but it in what I just kind of piggybacking off with what you're saying, it's the same types of people. It's like there's more power there. Are you going to follow blindly, or are you going to be like, whoa? There's something a little off here that I'm not going to allow to happen. And a lot of people just kind of they're victim to just going with status quo and not wanting to ruffle the waters in sake for your job, stuff like that.
You don't have to follow an illegal order. That's where the line's drawn. You don't have to follow it, but other than that, you're generally supposed to just do what the fuck they tell you.
You're
And
supposed
if you
to go
have
with the flock, man.
if
How do
you
you-
have an issue with it, you're supposed to like no, you're not supposed to call them out like in public. You're supposed to pull your like superior officer to the side.
Yeah, 'cause they
and-
don't want
and
to
put a bug. And I was
It's-
really
But they
bad
can call
about-
you out in public.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's time for them to get embarrassed. Some superiors who are making some bullshit decisions.
The
with
way
you
it works
on
in the
that,
military is like
100%.
when if you fuck up, you get called into like the fucking colonel's office or the general's office, whoever, and they just fucking yell at you at the top of their fucking lungs, and you are not allowed to say a goddamn thing. You have to sit there in the attention position and just say yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. And I was fucking horrible at that shit. When they would say shit to me, I would mouth off back to them, and I used to get myself in all kinds of fucking trouble. Okay.
Well, same could be said for this individual that I do. And so what Josh was asking originally is what he pretty much goes into. He fucking reads out loud an email that was sent throughout the Marine Corps chain, and it tried to sound like some beautiful, not apology, just making a statement like, oh, you know, the chain is only as strong as all the links in it, and we would blah, blah, blah. And it was trying to pretty much put a Band-Aid on the wound of knowing that everybody's died in vain, pretty much, because we have just left, and we did it terribly. And he goes on to that to just say, I demand accountability from the people above me. Somebody make this make sense to me.
He's sticking up for his troops and for the troops that got killed, and that's what his fucking job is to look out for the fucking people.
So essentially, he got fired. He got the fucking boot for just being really passionate about his fucking job. So what does that say about
Well,
our institutions?
I'm curious as to what the extent of firing means, because my understanding
removed.
is I could understand he's removed from the position, but my understanding of the military is he could not have been kicked out of the Marines that fast. He would have had to go through a process to actually get
it shows you at the
hit
very
down.
end, like it gives you the whole breakdown of what he has gone through since the video's release, which is pretty much fucking immediate, just gone of his station.
I know generally anybody that's over an E7, it takes an act of Congress just to fucking remove them from the military. But I know you could get fired from like your command, you know. Sometimes they even like bust you down like a few ranks. Like I could see him getting demoted.
No, well, as far as I know, until I get the data, the exact articles, this man is no longer. I know he doesn't have that exact job. Is he still in the
that would
military?
be-
Don't know.
That would be more accurate to say he doesn't have that job, but he may still be in the military.
Well, he
but he may
stepped
be
down.
on his way out.
He has stepped down.
I don't know if it works like that for the military.
Please,
but I get
please
ya.
fast forward to the freaking paragraph they're going to show at the end of the video. It shows that this man had to step down from his position.
His position, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I
it about
agree.
right here?
Go on. Continues to be. Let it ride for a little bit. See if we got to skip.
Or let me merge over. I had a little graphic thing happen,
Yeah,
but
I
I've
saw.
kind of fixed it now. But sorry about that. That's why I was a little quiet.
You good? You good?
Hey.
Right, you never let them down.
Scheller continues to speak out against his superiors, asking for accountability to ensure that those U.S. troops who died in Afghanistan did not die in vain.
Goddamn Daily
wanna
Wire
say
and their
that
music. All right.
We're struggling. We should seek counseling, which
Yeah,
I get it.
the
People
email
have
said
killed
that.
people.
Fast forward or no?
Let it ride from here because it's right after the email and it says, you know, strong as the link of the chain, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? If you're bothered, go seek counseling. That's what the fuck they sent to all their people. So let it ride a little bit. If it gets a little downtime,
I've killed people, and I seek counseling, and that's fine. There's a time and place for that. But the reason people are so upset on social media right now is not because the Marine on the battlefield let someone down. That service member has always rose to the occasion and done extraordinary things. People are upset because their senior leaders let them down, and none of them are raising their hands
Thank you.
and accepting accountability or saying, we messed this up. If an 05 battalion commander has the simplest live fire incident EO complaint, boom, fired. But we have a Secretary of Defense that testified to Congress in May
right.
that the Afghan National Security Force could withstand the Taliban advance. We have Chairman of
huge.
Joint Chief, who the Commandant is a member of that, who's supposed to advise on military policy. We have a Marine combatant commander. All of these people are supposed to advise, and I'm not saying we've got to be in Afghanistan forever, but I am saying, did any of you throw your rank on the table and say, hey, it's a bad idea to evacuate Bagram Airfield, the strategic air base, before we evacuate
exactly
everyone?
I
what you're
agree.
saying.
Did anyone do that? And when you do
They
think to do that,
also pulled air support. So knowing that our Afghan allies, God bless them, Allahu Akbar,
Booed from Bert's channel.
Allahu Akbar them, however that goes. But without air support, they were like, no, like that was something that we very easily could have left last.
It should
And you
have been.
pull air support almost close to first. You give our allies who are fighting like, fuck this, bro. Here's my gun, dude. I'm done.
Yeah, so what he was saying is about the Secretary of Command or whatever basically instilled confidence that the Afghani forces were going to be just fine and they were going to hold down the fucking fort. No,
what
day
everybody
one,
thought.
they threw him down, bro.
And which is why a lot of these people, allies, Americans, didn't get to leave on time because there was no urgency stressed upon that. Like, every time I hear this, Trump wanted them out, May 1st? Who cares how good, bad Trump is? Just Trump said May 1st. Biden extended it to like September 11th. Yes, he got him out October 30 or
So he had
August
more time
30th.
to plan, which is always
He
the
had
point.
more time to plan. He sits there and he says how his hands were tied, yet he's reversed almost every single
yeah.
Trump thing and has done differently. But this one, his hands are tied. Is this video over yet? Because then Biden gives the fucking names
Yeah,
of
we can move on.
I do blame the Afghanistan president for a lot of shit too, though, because
He's
like,
a proxy president that we installed.
but
we
he
left
had-
though.
he
We
had-
left.
he
Everything
had
about us is
100
gone.
He had $167 something million that he like took with him, like on like the helicopter was so like packed down with all this cash that he like took and left the country. And part of why the Afghan like troops stood down was because they didn't get paid, and the Taliban came in and was like, here's some money to go away. And it's like, that was the money that the president of Afghanistan stole. So it's like he kind of fucked everybody like in the
He
first
did, but I
place.
don't expect much from a proxy fucking
agree.
installed leader.
Like you should have
And
like figured that, and they
and
should have not let him have the money.
Our
right?
Marine hero, by the way, he did resign. It was confirmed.
There you go.
He did resign after he was
Because he
removed.
spoke his mind.
He was removed from the position, then he resigned. Yes, because he spoke publicly. So that's a deterrent.
Well, by Politico, U.S. officials provided Taliban with names of American Afghan allies to evacuate. So, for whatever reason, we are using the Taliban, the people we've been fighting for 20 years, as our security force kind of thing. Like, we're going to entrust them to get these people there and to the gate, and here's the names of all those people.
But they're
So
woke.
chopped
But
and
they're
screwed.
woke now, and they're very
Yeah.
nice. So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. Woke Taliban.
The 13
We'll only rape the ladies
people,
3 times.
the 13 Marines, the 13 soldiers that tragically died in this past few days in that explosion. That's like the most casualties that's happened since 2011
It's
in a single incident.
horrendous.
It sucks. And can you sit here as somebody who is trying to look at it logically and say, I think to some extent Biden is correct. He came out, today or early this morning saying there was no way there wasn't going to be some type of shit going on. And yes, I believe them.
That's
Everyone wanted to get out of Afghanistan.
Right.
Yes, I believe him. But nobody, at least whom I talk to, is concerned about those two things. They're more wondering why we botched this
Right.
evacuation.
I think they just wanted it, a competent job done.
Why did we
That's all.
remove the military and this big ass Air Force base before we got rid of the
I agree.
civilians?
I
And a
thought
CIA
that
building.
myself, I definitely, Bagram was like a big secure place, and it would.
It was
make
like a little
sense.
town
Yeah.
compared to everything they had there, bro.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was like the one base. Like, if you got stationed there, you didn't really have to worry about much because you were
Really, it was like
really
that.
like fucking secured.
It was that like chill or something like that too. It was like it had kind of everything
I
there.
wouldn't say that it was chill, but I mean, it was more
prepared.
like fortified. It was more
Exactly.
defense. Because I remember one of my first sergeants.
To me, that's
talking about
chill, I guess.
When my first sergeant was saying when he was out there, like they had the like auto fucking guns, so when those guys would shoot rockets or whatever, the guns would just automatically target them and just blow them the fuck up or some kind of shit.
So check this out. It says U.S. officials in Kabul gave the Taliban a list of names of American citizens, green card holders, and Afghan allies to grant entry into the militant-controlled outer perimeter of the airport, a choice that's prompted outrage. Let's see. It was designed rather to expedite the evacuation of tens of thousands of people from Afghanistan as chaos erupted in the city last week. It also came as the Biden administration has been relying on the Taliban for security outside the airport. What the fuck is that about?
Sorry, I went silent in the fucking chat and text messages, man. I apologize. Getting shit from work right now.
The decision to provide specific names to the Taliban, which has a history of brutally murdering Afghans who collaborated with the U.S. and other coalition forces during the conflict, has angered lawmakers. I don't care about that part, but like just the juxtaposition, the decision to give specific names to the Taliban who have brutally murdered,
Beheaded,
I do think though to some extent, like Biden is the guy you blame, but like Biden didn't come up with, but he's not the one who came up with the plan. The generals or whoever came up with it, and he approved it.
Right? Isn't that the one you have to? He's the commander in chief.
That's what I'm saying.
The buck stops with him.
I'm agreeing with you.
But I'm agreeing with you too. That
I'm just saying that he didn't plan it himself. They came to him like, boss, this is what we're gonna do. Is this, and he's like, okay, go.
And he's not exactly, and he's not competent enough to sit there and be like, well, what could be wrong with this plan? It's just like, well, the top guys said it, so this must be okay.
He's
Come on, man.
It must be fine.
They come to him and they're like,
Prime Minister.
They're like, Mr. President, we're gonna go in here and do this, and this, and he's like, that's fine, Smithy. You go ahead and do it, Smithy. He's like, sir, my name is Barnes, and he's like, yeah, whatever, Smithy.
Okay, Smithy, that's cool, Smithy.
I believe the video that we're about to pull up is a pretty much perfect metaphor of, I think, how Biden probably took care of listening to any of the strategy going down before he went and signed off on whatever the fuck they did, which was just a sloppy pullout.
All right, let me pull it up. Give me 1 second for me, brother man.
So I don't know if you guys have seen it, okay, but I mean, this is just... Oh, and also, there's a Chinese cartoon that's making the rounds of a Biden all decked out in soldier gear, and it shows the Taliban just... taking his magazines off of him. Biden's got his hands behind his head and he's crying. It says loser. Again, we're the laughing stock. And I just remember
which one you want to see
how
first.
China looked at us.
Those guys who blew that shit up.
Biden and the PM.
The fucking ISIS-K or whatever, man, those guys are much worse than the fucking Taliban. You would figure like the Taliban's bad. These guys are much worse. They're not as dangerous, apparently. Their numbers are smaller, but they're more ruthless than the Taliban. Like, you would rather have the Taliban than ISIS-K in charge.
But it always changes, though. Of course,
sure.
yeah.
But aren't they just like a brand name? Some of this at this point, like the Taliban, it's a brand. It's like Al Qaeda, it's a brand. ISIS-K, it's a brand. It's not like the same Taliban that it was 20 years ago. They're woke now, but it's a brand. It's like join the Taliban, join Al Qaeda, join whatever. They're just different.
It's kind of like Apple. First you had Steve Jobs, now you got Tim Cook.
Right.
Now you got Tim Cook. All Apple's doing is the same bullshit over and over again.
I just enjoy a nice sip of my Taliban cola.
Well, you should get some Biden. You should get Biden some Taliban cola, because here you go. You be the judge. I think there's one major tell why this is actual truth, and I will explain that in the moment. But here's our commander in chief, our leader of the free world, talking to the prime minister of
Israel.
Israel. Enjoy.
We're going to write yet another chapter in the...
Do you understand what's going on already?
He's concentrating hardcore right now.
Who is the prime minister?
on the outsides of his hands. No, our boy Biden.
The prime minister's talking to him. He's trying to make eye contact.
Yeah, that's not working
He's
out too
astro
well.
projecting himself.
Biden is nodding off.
between our two nations.
And here's why I know this is true. Here's why I know that I know Biden is nodding off, because the prime minister, for a few seconds, tried to maintain eye contact with Joe
We're going to
Biden.
write yet another chapter in the beautiful story
And here's the tell.
of the
Here's his
friendship
poker
between our
face.
two nations,
He
the
looks
United
away
States of
Yeah.
from
America.
Biden
Oh my
and
God.
tries to seek eye contact from anybody else.
Biden, it's not nap time yet.
Biden is my grandpa who had narcolepsy. He'd be sitting there and you'd be talking. He'd ask you a question like, "Hey, what's this and this in NASCAR today?" You're like, "Well, this guy's going on." He'd be sitting in his chair and he'd always pass out in his chair, no matter what. He'd pass out like clockwork. He'd pass out at the kitchen table, and here this guy is
Right.
having
Highest seat of power. Fucking passing out during one
a
of our
proper
best allies.
conversation.
This is very embarrassing.
Both of us who,
And he's not even he's not looking at Biden yet
He's
because
like,
he
all
knows.
right, I'll talk to the fucking camera crew.
both of us who are a lighthouse in a very, very
Come on, man.
He tried to lighthouse, Biden, lighthouse.
Working with you now, and
Now he kind of woke up a little bit. He's like, "Oh, what's up, man? How you doing, man?"
I want to see. Is there any response from the wake up?
No.
He's like, oh
No, his
yeah.
legs kind of shake a little bit because he's got to pee now because he passed out.
You and you give me credit, much of which should go to Brian.
He's got much of which should go to Barack
dude,
Obama.
I am so
I'll tell you what.
pissed.
Did he say Brock?
He did. He was
Did
good.
go to Brock?
Barack Obama.
Who presided over?
Oh, I thought
all
he
of
meant
this
Brock
shit.
from Voice. I was like,
Since we're on a little Biden thing,
Yeah. Well,
let's hit another Biden video this week.
corn pop.
No, it's
It's just the classics, man.
Corn Pop's bad dude.
just the classics. Hang on one
I
second.
can't
gotta
wait to
find it now.
just I'm gonna compile the best of Biden like gaffes and shit, and just the ones where he stays awake at least, so we
Right.
can get some material. But I don't know this man. Have we become kind of accustomed to being the laughing stock? I mean, I was told we were the
No.
laughing stock when Trump was president, even though
Well,
he was really taking care of some shit.
Some things that Trump said were kind of
Laughable.
Like fucked up. Like,
Fuck yeah.
when he was talking about injecting bleach or whatever, and then there was George Bush with his, well, you fooled me once,
Yes,
you can't get
yes,
fooled
yes.
again.
But he
And, like,
was referencing something legit, like some about, like he said stupid words, but he was talking
Right.
about something he
Yeah.
heard, but he's bad at.
It's different. They're bad at
he's-
words. Where well, Trump had the best words. I thought.
the best words ever.
We don't have very
This
good.
is-
Look at
resume.
Biden.
This is
Oh, no.
different. He's
And-
really, really, really old.
Tell me that this doesn't make you feel confident. Have
Yeah,
confidence,
the one where he was crying, right?
dude.
What's
I don't
going
even
on?
know. He's just
Do you
just
think people-
watch.
It was one where he was
probably
crying
gonna be an
on
ad.
camera.
Of course
and
there's
he
a
was
fucking
getting
ad.
chastised.
Look,
for
this
it.
is the things Biden can't do anymore because he's 100 years old.
Yeah, there's no Biden ads. I'll tell you that much. What the
she
fuck
has-
is going on?
look
Oh,
at-
dude, we got a good one-arm video too, by the way.
Yeah, hey, that kind of worked out.
Thank you, City.
I was staring at that ass.
Return, the commitment was made, and that was a year before. In return, he was given a commitment that the Taliban would continue to attack other.
Can you stop saying Taliban?
Telling me banana.
Does that not make anybody else fucking crazy?
chick on the right flashing gang signs.
I know, dude.
Taliban,
She's having a seizure.
but would not attack any American forces. Remember that? I'm being serious.
I'm
No,
being serious, I
I'm
don't
asking you
remember.
a question. Because before. No, wait a minute. I'm asking you a question. Is that accurate, the best of your knowledge?
Look at defeated Biden. Dude, he's hugging his binder like this and putting his head.
What, I wish I knew all the dialogue that was going on there. Why was he so disappointed?
That's dementia.
Apparently Biden wasn't he was like in a moment when reporters are supposed to be asking their questions, Biden was asking a reporter a question.
And I think I heard this. The guy
and
said,
the
"I'm not the
reporter
president."
was trying to like answer it, but keep going with his question, and Biden just got frazzled dazzled.
Oh my god, bro!
Yeah, he put his head down.
You can't.
Look at him. And WhiteHouse.gov had to look how fast they switch over from
Oh
Biden.
my god! Of course.
Yep, let's go to Ducey.
Oh Jesus.
I think they have an issue that people are likely to get hurt.
What?
Some, as we've seen, have gotten killed,
Like to get hurt?
and that it is messy. The reason why, whether my friend will acknowledge it or has reported it,
He's talking about the sign language person.
Yeah.
The sign language person leaves a lot of words out because she's not a Biden fan.
That was actually the first thing I was thinking.
My friend over here, she's just flicking off the crowd.
Sometimes, man, you ever seen where they had like somebody up there doing that? And like I saw one time where there was a guy doing that, and he wasn't really the sign language guy. He was just some guy like doing some random shit or something.
And that was
He was all methed out.
I do
the reason
remember.
why there were no attacks on Americans, as you said, from the date until I came into office, was because the commitment was made by President Trump. I will be out by May 1st.
He's blaming it on
In the
Trump.
meantime, you agree not to attack any Americans. That was the deal. That's why no American was attacked.
He blamed Trump and then gave credit to Trump.
That was
Isn't that funny?
I didn't expect that. Those two lines to be back to back.
One more, since we're on the Biden thing, this is probably the most depressing, most telling Biden clip of the night, of the week. I think this is the same press conference too. So let's watch this real quick.
So the hits keep on coming.
Thank you.
Whoa, where's the
May
light?
God bless you all, and may God protect this truth.
Did you see that?
Dude, whoa.
Watch.
Thank you.
Look at the... Are you okay, bro?
May God bless you all, and may God protect his troops and all those standing watch for America. We have so much to do. It's within our capacity to do it. We just have to remain steadfast. Steadfast.
You said
We will
that.
complete our mission, and we will continue after our troops have withdrawn to find means by which we can find any American who wishes to get out of Afghanistan.
I was exhausted.
Dude, like his face he makes right here
Yeah,
is
that
the face a lot of our viewers make.
May God bless you all, and may God protect this troop.
That very beginning one,
Thank you.
like there's no life in there.
Right there. They're like, what are they?
His necromancer's behind the curtain casting a resurrection
What are
spell.
What are they talking about right there, man?
Jesus H, man.
I don't understand, man.
Come on, man.
You know, man?
Look at that poor, like he's a poor old man.
I know.
He's not.
I feel bad for him at times.
Yeah,
I do.
30 years of being a bitch, but fucking.
Damn.
Seriously, man, like, there's no covering that. We knew his history, and they still got him in.
Do you want to see P45 throw out his shade at P46?
For sure,
You wa-
always.
You want to watch that?
Yeah,
Sounds like a G14 classified.
that's some good
Only
shit.
if you smoke the G13, baby. Okay, so we're talking in, what is it? Slang? But here's Donald Trump's. I have yet to see this, but apparently Trump made this. We're just watching it. This is not like a pro-Trump thing. We're just watching it because apparently he made it, and he called it the surrender in chief.
And it might be funny.
Son of a bitch.
I've never seen this, so
Son of a bitch.
real-time reaction.
Is back.
Highest inflation rate in the
Pain
U.S.
at the pump.
Southern border is collapsing. The climb of COVID infections.
We
all
amplify
scary.
our power. We summoned a new strength.
This is a recruitment ad.
We be embarrassed.
Diplomacy is back.
Now the Taliban are back.
Kabul is not in an imminent threat environment.
The likelihood there's going to be the Taliban overrunning everything and owning the whole country is highly unlikely.
They own the whole country now, the Taliban.
The Taliban are now in complete control of Afghanistan.
Complete chaos.
How did President Biden get this so wrong?
Well, first of all, the mission hasn't failed yet.
If this is a failure, what does failure look like exactly?
Biden, you destroyed not Afghanistan, but the world!
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated. Do I bear responsibility? Zero responsibility.
China is ready for friendly relations with the Taliban.
I feel like they're gonna open the door right there, and the Taliban, and they're gonna
coming and kill us. Slow down, everybody.
So we have to ask the Taliban for permission for American citizens to leave. True or not true? They are in control.
I can't think of anyone better to lead this operation than
They're just chanting death to America.
And you call yourself a president?
I want to see this movie when it comes out, man.
It's called Save America. It's by me.
We should watch this for Stuck in the Movies.
I write the best scripts ever.
I ain't gonna lie, that had
It's powerful.
a bit of an impact.
It's powerful.
I mean, it's designed exactly to have an effect, but wow, did it?
Is there a moment when you can watch that and be like, okay, some of the things I am disappointed, like, because like that's what it is designed to do, but is there truth to it?
It wasn't.
I ask you, is there truth to it?
It's both. There's truth to it, and it's
How
also
much truth and how much propaganda?
you know?
It's definitely
don't know.
propaganda, just like a CNN stuff like that. But there's a lot of truth to it. Sometimes propaganda can just take advantage of the truth. You know, they're just capitalizing on what, you know, maybe they're capitalizing on the truth, but they're they're not speaking about, you know, this would have happened to any president. I don't think that.
There's no doubt that it was a blunder. I have questions about how different it would have been with somebody else in charge. But it's definitely a blunder, and Biden's responsible for it. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Fair and square.
You know? But you also, in my opinion, you do hold the president accountable. But I also, like I said earlier, I consider that he didn't come up with that himself. It doesn't let him off the hook, but like we need to look at who the fuck in the military came up with that.
Well, we saw General Milley, right?
That's what
fucking white rage. That's what he cares about.
I remember that. And what it is it goes back to the video that we played of the lieutenant colonel. That's what he's getting at.
Yeah,
he's not
what I wanna
necessarily.
know.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not blaming the president, but I think what he's more accounting to is who are these people in the higher ups of the military who came up with this plan and brought it to fucking Biden.
I don't think
for
there's any
approval.
illusion about this.
Because we don't want that kind of shit going on. Like if somebody in the military came up with that kind of shit, we need them out.
As far as I was reading at one point, some of the higher up positions in the military are essentially PowerPoint positions. Essentially, they haven't served in X amount of years. They're just there to give presentations, stuff like that. And it's those people who are not on the field who are then making these calls when you have soldiers who have seen this, that, and the other because they are on the ground floor, because they are at ground zero, knowing their enemy better, knowing their situation better. And they're the ones, just like the soldier we saw, sitting there criticizing what the PowerPoint presentation guys are doing because they're either A, incompetent, or B, they're doing it on purpose. Like, what else could it be?
We need to eliminate the culture where the people that are higher up that speak out get fucking booted or discouraged or taken down a notch. That we need to cherish that and not punish that.
Here's the problem with the military, okay? The enlisted versus the officer. Now, say a second lieutenant is a fucking officer. They outrank everybody in the fucking enlisted. So if you have a second lieutenant, he outranks a sergeant major. Now, if you gotta go in to fucking fight somewhere, you want to listen to the fucking sergeant major. You don't want to listen to the fucking second lieutenant. Why? Because the sergeant major's been in there for 20, 30 years and he knows what the fuck he's doing. And the second lieutenant is just some fucking moron with the college degree who just got a fucking commission and doesn't know fucking shit. Okay, but they still outrank them.
It does preach to not have dissent, though, to not question the higher ups just because they're higher ups. That's it.
We had a training exercise, I remember, when I was in Virginia, where we were going through something and we had to rescue these guys and we had to get out with them. And we got in fine. We saved the fucking guys. We were getting out. And the fucking lieutenant who was in charge of our mission goes, let's not go out the way we came. Let's go out a different way. So that I don't know why, but so we go out the different way and some shit fucking blew up and a guy lost a fucking arm. That was from listening to a fucking lieutenant. I can't say that it would have been different, like from us going out the way we came in, but it was kind of like.
Was there any incident taken against the person that made that fucking asinine suggestion?
Again, it's a training exercise.
Oh, it's training. Oh, okay, never mind. I mean, still, I don't know. the whole don't fucking speak up thing, I think we're getting to a level or a stage here where we need to kind of encourage that.
That's kind of where we've been, though. Like, we're stuck in the middle with fucking cops before, you know, our good friend Brock, who, by the way, is banned again on social media for 30 days.
What did he say, fucking bitch or something?
I have no idea. But that's kind of where we've always been, like this idea that, because it is a fine line to walk, though, because you can't just be the guy who always questions authority. You can't be the guy who always, you know, you have to question it when you feel like something's off. Not question just to question.
Right.
Just because you know a few other times were wrong.
These things need to be encouraged in our culture entirely.
Some of these high-ranking guys in the military are just they're out of touch and they don't know what's going on. And here's
the PowerPoint guys.
Here's a good example. Here, I'll give you an example from my work when I used to work. Okay, we had a general that was coming to our work. Now, every day our place was ran a certain way where we could wear your uniforms a certain way and do things a certain way. But the one day that the general was coming through, which we know in advance, we don't do anything the way that we normally do it. Everything gets done a certain fucking way. So when the general comes through, he gets a show that this is how it normally runs. When it never runs that way. It only runs that way that one fucking day when he's there.
Restaurant health inspections, the list goes on.
This is everywhere. Yeah.
The fucking in high school when it's fucking test day, you crammed the fucking night before. I wasn't studying days up, and the only time it was different was the night before a test when I know I had to fucking cram. The same thing when your restaurant, the health inspector's coming. You don't maybe usually keep it as clean. You try to keep it clean,
right?
But it's that the day before, you're fucking scrambling to make it seem like it's always like this.
This is across the board, like everywhere. I mean, it's applicable everywhere. Corporate's coming. It lets everybody be on their P's and Q's and on your toes.
But that lieutenant colonel to be questioning that about why the higher ups came up with that, he's absolutely right.
Yeah, and I'm going to look into the second video.
Do you think it's right for him to be let go from his duty?
From that position?
I think the way that it works in the military,
because that is, I'm sorry, just and just so you can kind of answer too, because that does maybe then set a bad precedent that then every Joe Schmo is going to question authority just because it's the same thing.
They're going to be
it's what we're saying not to do.
When he came out and made that statement, he knew he was going to get removed from that post. He had no doubt in his mind that he was going to remove from that post. The thing is, he wouldn't have been removed from the Marine Corps for that statement. Not necessarily that fast or then, but from what I heard, he resigned maybe. So
he resigned after he was removed from that position.
Because like I said earlier, is like my experience with it. I don't know if the Marines are different, but when in the Army, anybody that was over an E7, it took an act of Congress to fucking bust them down. And by bust them down, I mean rank, because that's how it works in the military. You don't necessarily get kicked out right away. They bust you down. So like if he was a lieutenant colonel, he might have got busted down to a second lieutenant. And why is that relevant? Because there's a huge fucking pay difference between a second lieutenant and a lieutenant colonel, as well as power. You don't have the same kind of authority, the same kind of power when you get fucking demoted like that. Your pay's less. And also the military will tend to give you an Article 15, which makes it so you don't get paid for several months, but you have to fucking work extra duty. So they'll have you out there working 20-something fucking hours a day, not getting paid for months.
Cut, dry, and simple is that he was removed from that one position, and then he chose to resign because he was punished for speaking out. You know, all the nuance or semantics aside, but I do understand. He was busted down, and he was like, well, this sucks, fuck it, and he resigned, to my knowledge. I'm going to look into the second video afterwards.
I am stuck in the middle on it because I get both sides. Like, it's like, this is your, like, it's like going into your job and making a video about speaking out against your job. It's like your job has the right to do what they want. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Maybe there's an argument that you need to be more strategic, but with that said, because this is kind of a different situation, maybe he felt he needed to be that, you know, that sacrifice, so to speak. Like, I know what's going to happen, but I know because when they follow through with this, it's just going to make what I'm saying all the more resonant with people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like maybe he made that as a good soldier does, maybe he sacrificed that. Maybe he really wanted to be in the army, really wanted to be a Marine, and he felt that this was his best sacrifice he could make right now because he felt was most important.
I'm looking forward to see what his future holds. 'Cause
I
I'm sure
respect
he's
it.
got things to say.
I respectfully told my fucking superior officer off one time because she wanted to send us. We were going on a mission it's in this place called the Box, which is out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Fuck, I've been there before.
It's a training for Afghanistan. It's your worst day in Afghanistan for like 30 days straight, like training before you go there. And so she wanted to send us, we had this piece of equipment from the Marine Corps, and she wanted to send me and this low-ranking guy out with the infantry guys in the middle of nowhere with this equipment that we had no fucking training on. And I was like, look, if you send us out there, we don't know what we're fucking doing, and this mission is going to get fucked up, and you need to send somebody with us who knows what they're fucking doing, because she didn't want to send the guy who knew what he was doing. She wanted to keep him back with her at the base so she didn't have to work. And I was like, fucking...
Wait, Jesus Christ, there's the issue.
Well, anyway, she listened to me, and sent the other guy out there with me, and we ended up doing the mission really good. We got medals for it. But like, if we had done it the way that she wanted to do it, that mission would have been all fucked up because we were not prepared for it. We were not trained for it, and they were going to send us. And I'm not supposed to question it.
theme.
What kind of metals you guys like? Precious metals or
yeah, like gold and
gold and copper? That's what's
I
up.
got an Army Commendation Medal for that
That's
mission.
cool.
It's very hard to get.
That's what's up, man.
But
that is really cool.
that mission would not have been a success without that. And as a soldier, I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut and say, yes, Sergeant, go out and do it. And I didn't. And the other thing, if I'm going to dissent, I'm supposed to do it by myself to the side. I didn't do either one of those things. I called it out right in front of the fucking platoon so that everybody in my fucking unit could fucking hear it, so that it couldn't get brushed to the side.
See, it sounds like is kind of like a scale issue, like in the small platoon, small squad kind of thing. Like when you're out and about and you're kind of in the element and there's like a decision to be made, maybe it's a lot easier to kind of have dissent, you know what I mean, in that situation. But then when you scale it up to this big kind of thing, you're not supposed to have any dissent. You're just supposed to go with what the majority says is supposed to happen, and you're more likely, so the higher you scale it up, the more so the higher you fight up, the more likely you are to get removed, as opposed to like in these individual squads.
There's this analogy. Might not have it quite right. It's from a meme, but it's the way you describe the military. It's like they tell everybody that they got to eat a fucking bucket of soup. And so fucking one guy who's really low rank takes out a spoon and tries to eat it. And they tell him like, no, we can't do that. We got to eat the soup with forks because First Sergeant said we got to eat the soup with forks. But meanwhile, it's like the spoon makes more sense that you would eat the soup with the fucking spoon, not a fork. But we have to eat it with the fork because First Sergeant says.
Yo, First Sergeant sounds like a dick. Yeah, First Sergeant sounds like a dick. I'd have to like kind of scoop the Cheerios or the SpaghettiOs up through the little rings, and play a little carnival game with them.
But that's the military in a nutshell. It's like First Sergeant says we got to eat the soup with the fork, so we can't question it. That's what it fucking is.
You're programmed to be followers. And when you see people dissent like that, they have to nix it because it's he didn't just dissent in this small area where there's just like 10 people who saw him, and it was like, it kind of made sense. And then, the squad leader kind of flipped it in a way where it was positive, thank you, Sergeant, or, thank you, Corporal, thank you, fucking Private, that's a great idea, blah, blah, blah. But when it's this big thing and you make this big public video about it and you're going against the entire military, they're like, nope, gone. And stuff like that, you're like, you're China, you're fucking communist bullies. Like, you speak out against me, you're gone. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like there's some good in it, but I guess you do have to.
He knew that it was going to be fair game policy, and that his shit was on the line. He made it clear. He showed it. But moving on,
my old colonel should have never got fired for securing that shit in Afghanistan.
Colonel Sanders, my colonel, fucking made some kick-ass fried chicken, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
All right,
finger licking good, that motherfucker said.
I think we need a little refresher because I'm getting a little burnt out here on Afghani.
You know what? Not just a refresher, Eli, but you need a reminder. You need a reminder of what some things are in this world. And I think the best thing to start off on, since you're such a sexual, you breathe sexuality. I think the best thing to start off with is for you.
Do not come.
Yeah, do not come. I'm not.
Dare
you
you try.
You motherfuckers need your own soundboard too.
Do not come.
So you can hit it every now and
Colonel
again when
Sanders,
I get it.
you're wrong.
Don't ever
Mama's
go over
right.
my fucking head again. You
Damn it.
motherfucker, you.
Okay.
Yes.
Leave the soundboard to me. And that was an accident, by the way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you are a sexual man, Eli, and I think this might be something
That
you might be interested to
is this
hear.
is perhaps a callback to
This is a callback to the title of the fucking show today. So,
whoa, what?
yeah, no, there's a bunch of these out there. So just,
All right, I'm ready.
I don't know how to put this. It's not that it's not safe for work, but if your eyes are sensitive, just be careful.
The question I see is, how is virginity a social construct?
Yep, that's it. That's it.
A social. Okay.
So this person is going to break down for us why being a virgin, why not having sex, which is called being a virgin,
Yeah, followed.
is a social construct. Like if you're going to argue semantics, like, yeah, well, fuck the word virgin, you just didn't have sex, right? Well,
Right,
what
like-
do you mean, well?
You dodged the coitus, you did the oral.
Yeah.
So that's not sex, right? You did sexual acts, but not the actual sex. But how? Okay.
Let's allow Vitamins C, Ugly's sister, to explain to us what is actually the deal with virginity.
And so we have all agreed socially that virginity.
I'm sorry. I hate to
a
pause it
state
so
of
fast,
being.
but what's the deal with people on TikTok fucking needing to hold their headphone mic right here? Like sometimes they have like the loose headphones, like the white ones, and they hold the mic like this, so you see the loop and they're talking to it like this. This fucking vitamin cunt, vitamin C, is talking into her fucking box and not the cool one. What is with that? Why do we have to know?
See, I don't
Why do you have
watch
to hold your box?
TikTok unless I'm here or something makes traction, but
You're better for it. Stick away.
I try.
We have all agreed socially that virginity is a state of being before having sex. We all agree on that. That's why it's a social construct. And there are lots of things that are social constructs, like time, or government, or organized religion, gender, masculinity, or femininity. And
It's getting
the thing
shot with
about a
fucking
social
truth
construct
bullets.
is that it is made up. It's not representing something that is real.
Like her hair
And we
color.
all choose as a culture to participate in it or not. And what I'm saying is virginity is something that we can challenge. We don't have to accept this social construct, especially because it's rooted in patriarchy and purity culture and the oppression of women. So we can actually let that social construct go. If it feels right to use that for yourself, then use it for yourself. But recognize that it's actually not a real thing. It's made up. So here's the thing. Purity culture was so invested in the idea of virginity that, like the construct of virginity, that they tried to prove it in a physical way.
I don't like her talking every few seconds to as if she's channeling words. Construct is a virtuous antibiotic episode of the human being. You're like, shut up.
I don't like that she's breathing.
We could arrange something.
Saying that the hymen is an indicator of whether or not someone is a virgin.
Penetration!
And that's just simply not true. And so
I broke my hymen because I fell off my father's knee.
Oh, okay. Well, you're technically a virgin still? Yeah.
So
Because you
basically,
didn't
like,
lose it in the traditional sense.
I don't know what you're saying.
we need to remember that there's no physical evidence of whether or not someone is a virgin. It's a social construct. It's something we
There's no
made
physical
up, and
evidence.
therefore, it's something you.
You see my vag? It's a little bigger now because a penis went in it. Isn't that physical evidence? Isn't that how that works? That's science, right?
She must have got like raped by her dad, and now she's like
Ooh, that went
trying to
dark.
like act like she's a virgin
Exactly.
again or some shit.
So like technically, if like you didn't want it, you're not it. So like you're cool.
Technically, virginity's made up, so it
Just
doesn't
because
matter.
your first and second cousins ran a gangbang train on you doesn't mean that you're still not pure.
All right, you know what? Announcement here. All you lucky ladies in the chat, I have decided
Are you a
to
virgin?
identify as a virgin starting now. If you want to say you...
I did not know you broke. I did not know you had a hymen.
No, I'm offering my flower to
He's
be
talking about his
deflowered.
anal virginity.
You know what's funny is when
Not
you do
quite.
walk in the room, I do say hi, man.
Oh, yeah, hey. The pun
Let's keep
thing.
this. Let's keep this party going.
Oh, God.
decide if it's validating for you or not. You can call yourself a virgin
No,
or
you-
not, or you can completely
lying to
ditch the
yourself.
idea altogether. Some social constructs are important. They're not bad things. Some of them really give us a sense of identity, but we get to decide whether or not they work for us. We get to choose that.
All right, you know what song was playing in my head just continuously? Smack My Bitch Up. That's
Yeah.
all I could hear when I fucking tuned out.
I was hearing Fade to Black. It's like a murder song. Please stop talking.
Hello, darkness.
One more for good measure because we are kind of running out of time here tonight on our Monday show. Don't forget we are live Monday through Thursday at 10 p.m.
That's a construct.
We have a special guest, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
coming in on Thursday.
Whoop, whoop.
A very special guest. We can't wait to talk some more shit and have some fun with this special guest.
We'll drop some very loose-ended hints throughout the week and see if you can connect 4 before Thursday.
Maybe. I don't know if they can.
yeah, we got a pretty dumb audience.
I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Okay, so we're talking. Okay, I know the exact one. Check this out. So let's go to
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, because
because of the wonderful things she does.
everything is a social construct.
I hope this is not too mean. I'm not trying to be too mean, but I'm
Oh,
too
shit.
confused.
Oh, shit.
I'm too confused.
Oh, shit.
Yes. You're looking at a boy on screen who's confused as to what he's about to partake in such a conversation.
Okay, let's have a moment of honesty because
Wait. Oh, she's playing music in the background. She freaked me out for a second. You hear that?
Oh, I heard she's jamming, for sure.
okay, let's have a moment of honesty because this is a safe corner and I want to talk about something that never fails to get me, like really get me, and not like get me in a good way. And the thing I'm talking
Her cackle is horrifying, but that's okay.
I was going to say her sugar level never fails to get her. What else? Gangrene never fails to get her. What else?
Diabetes.
Hunger pains never fail to get her.
Yeah.
Never fail to come upon her.
Body shamers.
I'm sorry.
we
Look at
can't
that.
help it.
Look at that glorious.
to get me, like really get me, and not like get me in a good way. And the thing I'm talking about are freaking towels. So I've been on a journey to like redo my spaces that I live in, and that includes my bathroom. Who knew that finding a towel that was plus size friendly in a mainstream store would be like shopping for a needle in a haystack? So I've tried on towels, like literally tried towels on in stores, and have yet to find one that fits my body. Example A. Here I am in the wild trying on towels that are called oversized bath towels. And surprise, surprise, it didn't fit me. Are we shocked? I mean, with the way that fashion sizing is, I'm not. But it always gets to me because I'm human. And did I cry in Target? Yeah. But here's the thing. My embarrassment is now replaced by frustration and rage. Is it too much to ask for towels to fit plus size bodies?
Yes. Yes, it is. It is too much to is it too much? It's just as much to ask for you to lose a few as it is for you to ask for plus size towels.
You know what? That is kind of the perfect fucking.
And they make them. And it still doesn't fit for you. Maybe you can compromise now. They've compromised for you. They've made them bigger. Here you are, and there's not big enough.
I'd like to see somebody just be like, have you tried considering changing your diet just a smidge? I mean, all freedom to you, but if you choose to embark on this freedom that leads to this,
I am allowed to
of
poke
weight.
fun. I am a former fat boy in FFB. I was a fat kid my whole life. Okay, maybe I don't have whatever the fuck that thing has, but I decided that I was, you're just done.
Wait. Did you identify as a fat boy, or were you really a fat boy?
Remember, this was like 2005.
Oh, you had to be really fat.
And I was just fat. I was a fat guy. I wasn't like Chris Farley fat, but I was like pudgy. Like all my.
Yeah.
I was like in 11th grade. I was like 210.
You fucking sloth.
You fat bastard.
I lost
you
4
fat
pounds.
piece of shit. But I got up to 230.
Chinese 230.
For Florida Man. So I was my fattest not too long ago.
The famous Florida Man.
But I'm allowed to judge this fucking. Look at you. Stop making towels the problem, please.
Yeah, really.
Focus on your goddamn self. Don't blame the towel industry. Big Towel is not going to cater to you.
Big towel is not big enough. Shut the fuck up.
You know
what do you want to call
towels,
it?
man.
Big towel. I know. Good God, dude. Don't bring logic into it, Cranston. Use 2 plus-size towels, lady.
Wait, what's the name of the creature in Star Wars where Luke cuts it open?
Chewbacca?
Luke cuts it open.
Jabba the Hutt.
The Tauntaun.
Jabba the Gut?
She just needs to find a very large animal. That totally went over my voice. Wow. She just needs to find a large animal and burrow inside of it. And just walk around.
She is the large animal you burrow inside of.
If she was wearing red, I would think it was the Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah.
That's. It's almost going on at the top half there.
I feel bad a little bit, okay? Like, I'm not trying to sit here and pick on her, but if you're going to make a TikTok video about how
towels don't
huge, humongous towels aren't big enough, maybe, hold up 1 second, wait a minute, maybe you're the problem.
No, we don't do that in 2021, man. What are you doing?
We should be allowed
Stuck in
to.
the middle, canceled.
Jesus Christ.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Okay.
One more. I don't want to short anybody on some goods here, because there's, like I said, this is it's gonna be a lot of video breakdowns this week, so definitely enjoy that. Where is it? Oh, we have the diet is white supremacy, and then this is what's in women's bathrooms. I like this one. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Check this one out and let me know what y'all think.
What's in women's bathrooms? Okay.
Have now found other ways
Whoa.
to make life hell for
All right.
transgender people.
Okay.
But I still get asked about the bathroom issue. Now, obviously, as a transgender person,
You pee standing up.
I believe that people should be able to use whatever bathroom that aligns with their gender identity. However, there are still people out there screaming and yelling, "We can't have transgender people in the bathrooms. We have to protect the children." Now, you and I both know it's not about protecting the children.
Do we? Do you and I both know it's not about protecting the children?
What then? Okay.
No, it's an honest question because I don't have kids.
I know that was a popular thing, but I didn't think that was the whole, whatever the fucking hubbub is.
I thought it was.
Some women felt uncomfortable.
I thought it was definitely like a woman thing, like just as COVID, certain things weren't. It was just broad stroking vaccines. There was no antibodies. It didn't seem like there was any gray area or nuance in the. You can use the bathroom bill.
I remember when that passed, and there was cut the fucking on the TV. That's what Obama announced. You can use any bathroom you want.
Oh, I'm talking about the Jim Crow era.
Sorry, I just fast forwarded.
But
okay.
I mean, they still let members of clergy into public restrooms. And by the way, I use the ladies' room.
Eli, your response there was fantastic. Like that was like
one little point.
No, you gave it to her. You're like,
And not that anybody's asking, but I take care of my business standing up.
Of
course, it's not easy to poop standing up.
Oh.
I'm not really sure why I do that.
You're not funny. You're not okay. I think that,
You like that?
I know there
Did
was
you like
some,
that one? You enjoy that?
There was some like anger, from women like high school because they tried to pass that fucking bill. There were girls, not women. There were girls that were just uncomfortable about the transgender community going to their bathrooms, and then it amplified a bit. I can't pretend to know what the major issue is. I'm not a woman. But if a woman is bothered by it, let them fucking, make it public.
Let's do this.
Don't shame them.
We'll end with something that's very eye candy. Okay, very eye candy. You will like it very much. My hat fell off.
You're balding.
This is the thing. No, I'm not.
Your wig is loose.
No, please.
All right, Sinead O'Connor.
So check it out.
Ricci.
This is that thing I was telling you about.
Christina Ricci's naked.
That was. It's like ASMR for the eyes.
All right, let's see what's up.
And you're kind of confused as to how this works, but enjoy this for what it is, because I'm at a loss for words.
Whoa, the fuck? Whoa. What the fuck? Jesus shit.
Bro.
Yeah, just the horn will save you.
Just another day in Miami.
Look at that, in between the dog.
Damn.
Yeah, another day in Miami.
Jesus.
Not one fucking accident.
Wow.
That's kind of impressive. Where the fuck is that?
I have no idea. It
That
says
can't be
unique
America.
places. It's definitely not America. Definitely not America. Definitely not America.
It was satisfying to see it almost like, oh my God, oh shit. And then, So,
Wasn't it kind of satisfying to see it not crash either? Like just to see them so perfectly squeeze in and out?
Yeah. Well, we're going to squeeze on out of here with some deaf ears. But
That's how we squeeze out. Boom.
Hell yeah. We did it again. We got more coming throughout the week.
Ew.
We got the guest thing planned, and it rhymes with nope, not doing it because I'll give it away. Hit the smash button.
Schmanibus. That's
hit
it.
the smash
First one.
button. Smash the like button. Sharing is caring. It can be fun. Josh, take it away.
Yeah, we appreciate those of you listening on the audio. I always say it every single time, but watch the live show every Monday through Thursday, 10 p.m. EST, youtube.com/stuck in the middle. I'm not sure about Mommy Mike Radio anymore on Mondays, but hey, we'll figure that out in the meanwhile.
And to those of you that are in my job watching, I am in gross pain, and I'm a virgin again, ladies. Holler at me.
Go join on Facebook, Voice of the People. We get down and dirty in there. There is some recent drama in there that's really fun. But other than that, we will see you tomorrow, as we do, as Stuck at Night does. I am Josh. That is Eli. That is Cranston.
A lot more
Thank you.
coming. Good night, guys.
A lot more.
Much love.